Last one goes forward for the Prince of Wales' Stakes, first run in 1862, and its present guide since 1968. Here's Ian Bartlett.
He raced away. Al-Qaeda just rears slightly as the stalls open, but is pushed along to take a prominent position. Mukadram runs against the rails, chasing him through. A Magician, blue and orange jacket from the outside draw, is close up to the leaders as well. The white colours of Parish Hall pulls very hard in second position for Kevin Manning as they begin the run around the turn. Trev is in the silver jacket, back in sixth position. She's just preceded by the Fugue in pink colours. Then Dank in the blue cap towards the outside of Zambuca. Pat Cosgrave in blue and red colours, who's at the back of the field. As they turn them now towards the final three-quarters of a mile, and Al-Qaeda Dana Neal's got into a good long lead at this stage as they run down the side of the course. He's almost 10 lengths clear. In second position comes Parish Hall, and then Mukadram towards the inside of Magician. Behind those, the Fugue is creeping a little bit closer, and 2 lengths behind her now to Trev. Then comes Dank, and Zambuca is at the rear of the field. But the final half mile already coming up now, and Al-Qaeda and Dana Neal continue to have a very long lead approaching the turn, at least 10 lengths clear. In second position Parish Hall. Magician's a neck behind him in third. The Fugue begins to make progress. She's into fourth place on the outside of Mukadram, and then comes Trev, is 2 lengths further back as they move into the straight, and in front it is Al-Qaeda, but now being caught. Magician and Parish Hall in second and third. Here's the pink jacket of the Fugue. She's coming there very strongly. Trev is in behind her. Mukadram comes through against the rails. Magician is the leader as they head down towards the last furlong. The Fugue in second place. Trev is unable to pick up, back in third position. She's trying hard though. Mukadram behind those. It's the Fugue showing in front. She's 2 lengths ahead as she races towards the line. Trev and Magician second and third places. But today it's the day of the Fugue, and she's won the Prince of Wales Stakes by 2. Magician in second. Trev was only third, and Mukadram this year was fourth.
The Fugue hits the high notes and wins the Group 1 Prince of Wales' Stakes. It's a 4th Group 1 success for this tremendous daughter of Dan Silly in the colours of Lord Lloyd Webber. William Buick guides home the John Gosden train, 5-year-old, to an emphatic success over Magician. Dank, Trev chasing, with Trev filling out third, and ultimately Mukadram in fourth, running his usual honest race, and Trev in her third position, perhaps late on, looking ill at ease under today's conditions. But when she's on song, the Fugue, Don, she is a mightily impressive mare, and she's a very difficult mare to beat.
She was very impressive, wasn't she? She travelled, she just did everything right. She travelled lovely for William Buick. She picked up impressively, and she saw it out really well, as you usually would over 10 furlongs. I suppose the question is, by how far has Trev underperformed? It looked like the ground was the issue. It looked like she just wasn't letting herself down properly on the home straight on it, and back and flipped to 10 furlongs. You see there, the Fugue, he's just taking a tug. Magician scrapped to the boards, and you're waiting for Trev maybe to be unleashed, but she was under pressure from a fairway before that. And once William Buick goes for the Fugue, she pulls away from Magician, and Magician's a top-class horse. Trev kind of runs on a little bit, but just can't even get past Magician. But no, a high-class performance from the winner.
And Steve, the time will tell us that they've smashed the course record.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we will spend, quite rightly, a lot of time discussing Trev, and I think Don summed it up ideally. We pointed out consistently today, I mean, a mile and a quarter on this ground was the unknown, given her best form to a mile and a half on the softest ground, and it has found her out. But I really think we ought to also give proper credit to the Fugue. The Fugue could have won 3 or 4 more Group 1s with more luck in running. You know, just either getting there, twice found trouble once in America, then, as you say, possibly getting there too soon last year. Other races as well.
Should have won an Oaks.
Should have won an Oaks, arguably. You know, she got hampered early on. She's been a top filly, and it's nice that she's had a proper day in the sun with a proper field lining up against her. And her asset, her cruising speed asset, and she really does show it on fast ground ideally, is striking, isn't it? It's that of the difference between a top-class horse and a good horse is the ability to sort of, you know, cruise through a race and quicken, and she's got that in spades. And today's her finest hour. I'm really pleased for her. I think Magician's run a stormer. run a really good race and just didn't quite have the turn of foot maybe of the few. But remember, she's given £3 away for his allowance, and I think he's run really well. And I think Trevor's battled on. We still don't know. We don't know yet if she's as good as last year. We don't. I mean, that still remains to be seen. What we do know is that on these conditions, she's not quick enough. Basically, there are horses who are better. She had every chance, and she's run on gamely. You can't argue with her resolve, but third was as close as she was ever going to be, I think, from about 3 out.
Al-Qaed's put in the race as the pacemaker, and he fluffed his lines at the start as well by missing the break, forcing Don O'Neill to rush him up there. From halfway and a little before, he was largely ignored, however, by the rest of the field.
Yeah, he was kind of irrelevant to the race, Stuart, then. As you say, he missed the kick, Don O'Neill rushed him up, and then maybe he was a bit free, and he just went too fast. And, with the pacemaker, if you're using a pacemaker, the best way to utilise them is for your second horse to sit in behind the pacemaker, so he's getting a lead, but yet he's going at the pace at which he wants to go. And Mukadram was, he was never up in behind Al-Qaed. He's just going too fast. So as you said during the race, Stuart, Parish Hall was effectively the leader of the race. He was a bit free early on as well for Kevin Manning. He was just a wee bit keen. He threw his head, wanted to go a wee bit faster, but he's just coming under pressure there. Magician has been up on his outside.
We ought, Steve, to reflect on the performance of Mukadram, who didn't manage to improve upon his second placing in the race 12 months ago, but he has run a really creditable race to finish just behind the principals.
He's run really well. They're proper Group 1 horses who are beating him. I have a feeling come the end of the season this will be right up there with the highest ranked races around. I mean, it's just look how far Dank and Parish Hall, I agree, Parish Hall didn't do himself any favours by pulling hard, but these are good horses, Dank and Parish Hall. They've been beaten 5 lengths or whatever. So I think it's proper Group 1 form. Mukadram's a proper Group 1 horse, but he's met some very, very good horses here, and he's trying to give weight obviously to a couple of them. So I think it was almost mission impossible. He performed creditably again, like he always does. But the Fugue on her day, Magician, Breeders' Cup winner, and Treb are real top notches. There's no disgrace coming fourth to them.
Away behind our presentation position, adjacent to the winner's enclosure, the fanfare greets the Fugue, now a 6-time career winner. 4 of those successes at the highest level, and with more luck there might have been more. She was too good today for Magician. He ran a huge race in defeat, and Lydia is with Joseph O'Brien.
Yeah, he ran great. Joseph, talk us through the race from Magician's point of view.
Yeah, I couldn't have been happier, Lydia. He ran a blinder, and look forward to going maybe a mile and a half in the next second half of the season.
Did the main body of the group ignore the pacemaker?
Yeah, the pacemaker went quite quick, but we even though we weren't up behind him, we were still going a nice even pace. I had no excuse. I relaxed, had a lovely position, and I tried to nick a couple of lengths down to the 2, and probably just maybe going a mile and a half.
Will help him.
It might just help him, yeah.
And how fast is the round course?
Beautiful, quick, safe ground. It's perfect racing.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Ellie.
Well, she's had her fair share of bad luck in the top races over the years, the Fugue, but it's all come gloriously right today, and the way she travelled through the race was simply breathtaking. We've, in the space of 24 hours, Steve, seen 2 scintillating performances at Royal Ascot, and bear in mind, each has been trained by John Gosden.
Yeah, we have, with Kingsman's yesterday on the round course, again the turn of what he showed to beat a top-class field, and yeah, this would almost be my vote as a race of the meeting so far. I just think the